Hello and welcome back, or welcome to my tutorial series on multicam footage and basically making a YouTube gaming video with multiple footages with multiple people, syncing them up and creating a cohesive video. I'm sure I'll come up with a better name at some point, but for now that's what it's at. Today we are going to be looking at compression and essentially just like the audio side of things. Audio is arguably one of the toughest things to master with all of this, because we're working with 4 to 5 different people with different microphones, with different hardware, with different sound settings, with different levels. You know, like everyone's kind of doing their own thing differently. So we have to, as the editor, you have to make a cohesive product that isn't going to be too quiet in some parts and screaming loud in other parts. You want the experience of the audience to not have to turn their volume up or down. You want it to be able to set it, and we'll be able to watch the video comfortably throughout that whole thing. That is where compression and mastering kicks in, and maybe a little reverb. If you're using DaVinci like most of us are, you're going to be using the I guess the base compressor. So we're going to start on the voice channel, the mic channel, which will have just whoever's footage it is, their microphone. So no game audio, none of that, just one person's audio, right?
It's not doing anything.
And so like what I'll cover in another video of the audio process of trying to set your levels for each footage as you go, and try to level it manually first. So basically what we're going to do is we are going to open up this little button here, press the plus. We're going to go to dynamics, multi-band compressor. So we're looking at a multi-band compressor. I use something a little different. We're going to be learning this one together. But essentially I'm going to treat all the bands like they're essentially the same. For now, I want to turn the threshold to about like minus 40-ish. Maybe like minus 30. I'm just going to do that for all of them, right around minus 30. And we're going to set the ratio to 3:1. So that means that for every decibel over minus 30 is going to compress it or like duck it down by 3 dB per 1. This is one of those things where you kind of have to find something that works for you at the time and adjust. Like I like to make a template so I can have everything set and then I can adjust it from there. We are going to gain it by 1.5 dB. And this is just going to like kind of bring it back up just a little bit. We're going to do a quick attack and a long release. And just like see how that sounds, see how it looks too.
Oh, the thing. Ignis tongue.
Grabana.
So you can kind of see here of like what it's doing. Like
Oh, the thing. Ignis tongue.
It's cutting
It's not
these
doing anything.
as we go, and this slow release.
There's a gargoyle
there
here.
you can
There's
see.
a gargoyle.
Oh, I see it. Oh, Grabana. Oh,
Basically what it's doing,
me.
basically what compression is doing is it's kind of squishing your audio to kind of make it less dynamic. Dynamic meaning like super quiets and big louds. Squashing it so that they're not so different, so that you can be whispering and it's almost the same volume as when you're yelling, but it's not like that. Like it's still kind of, you still hear that the person is yelling or whatever, but it's not taking it in that respect, I guess. So we're actually going to just make a thing for this. We're just going to call it voice compression. And I'm going to do the same thing on the third one. Dynamics, multi-band compressor, and then I will make it to voice compression. We're actually going to be compressing the game audio. We're going to go a little softer because the game audio does have a lot. So we're actually going to go minus 25, just so we're not like compressing all the game audio down. And we're going to see what that sounds like here.
Piss your.
Piss on him.
Oh, there's a guy.
Oh,
We're going to turn the gain down just a little bit.
No, Ignis tongue! Get the hell off of me! I'm on the roof.
See, even though people are yelling, it's not clipping or becoming too loud. So I mean, like as long as you're kind of sticking to something that's working, you just want to look at your levels. You want to make sure that nothing's going too crazy or like way too far above where you've set things. To kind of top and round all this stuff off, I like to add a reverb. So I've made some templates, this ambient one right here. So these are kind of some settings that I've gotten just to give it some space. Like a reverb essentially is used to kind of let things sit in the mix and sit within all the other sounds kind of nicely. So they'll give it like not necessarily an echo, but let's put it on both and then we can kind of listen to the difference. And I would suggest just pausing the video and just kind of copying these settings down. And keep in mind all of these little things, and then we'll take a listen here and kind of hear the ambient, the reverb just a little bit.
What are our like objectives?
I don't know.
That's you.
It's not doing anything. Oh, there's a gargoyle here. There's a gargoyle.
Right. And at the end, on your master track, your bus 1 is kind of where we can do some limiting. So a limiter is basically something that will bring your stuff back up to the level it needs so you don't have to boost it a bunch. So I do use a different VST, but we can look at these and we can try maximize, and then we're just going to turn this down by like 5 to 5 and see where we're at. We're going to look at this bus here.
Oh my god!
Oh, Grabana. Oh, it's got me. No.
It's just nice, steady.
Oh my
Is he
god!
gone?
Yeah, he'll take it away.
Oh my god.
Everyone, we need to
You can turn
piss
it up a
on
little bit.
monsters
I see
and
he's coming.
remove guard
He's coming.
helmets.
He's coming!
I'm pissing on
Get
him.
out of the way!
Pissing on him.
Piss your.
Piss on him.
Right, we want to make it so that
There's a guy.
it's loud enough that people don't have to turn
Get a
their
helmet.
volume up like an insane amount. Like, you know, when you have to turn, there's some things that are just too quiet. You have to turn your volume way up. This is kind of just to limit, to get rid of that. It's setting a limit for your audio collectively instead of singularly like we were doing with the mixing. Yeah, we can take a quick look at like what I use. It's called Neutron 2. So it's pretty similar in the sense of but it's got my EQs and my compressor right beside it. So with this, this is kind of how I'm used to seeing things, is like a big, like this does have a multi-band thing to it, but I like to just do the whole thing, just squish the whole thing, get it over with. So we'll do a similar, minus 30, minus 40, whatever. We're going to turn the ratio up to 3:1. We're going to turn the attack down a little bit. We're going to turn the release up. The gain will go 1.5. And as far as EQing goes, like on voices, I typically like to boost the highs just a little bit. So just all the high frequencies, just to kind of give it a little sparkle, because some mics can be a little too bassy, a little like muted, I guess. They kind of like, they're very like low passy, whereas there's not as much sparkle and high stuff. So I just like to reintroduce that a little bit. But that's pretty much it for EQ. I'll show you the mastering thing that I have. This one I typically will just do a preset, all-purpose adaptive dynamics. Do I know what all this stuff does? No. Do I know that it makes my videos up to level? Yes. You can kind of see it's doing stuff.
Anyway, as we were,
Right.
And you can see that this has brought us back up to a nice tone, a nice volume. Right. Not sure exactly how helpful this was, but it's always good to have settings that you can just kind of put on and it mostly will work. I would suggest messing around with your compressor and just finding what's best. Your audio mixer tab here, like this Fairlight,
all right.
is going to show you everything. So like if your volume knob is too high, you turn it down or whatever and just try to, these are your law. This is law here. Like, this is what it is. you know,
Oh,
not
you're live.
how
That's good.
high your volume knob is.
Yeah, I don't.
It's the meters. So when you export this video, you want to have those meters high, or like high enough that and consistent, so that the viewer is not having to adjust their volume and all that kind of stuff. You want to, like, the less work that the viewer has to do, the more likely they're going to be watching your video for longer. As soon as you have an audio spike that is distorted or clipped or just way too loud or too quiet, and you've lost them. So audio is one of the last things that I do, because you want everything to kind of have culminated to this point. This is basically the perfect time to kind of control the auditory experience, I guess, is the best way to put it, because I have lack of words right now. But the next video will probably be more just kind of going through the last stuff, you know, adding intro stuff or nameplates. You know, thank you for watching. Feel free to pause the video at any of the settings and use the same ones that I do for the most part, or, you know, look it up. Like some kind of chat, like AI chat things are great for finding out general settings, because you can kind of get very specific of, you know, I'm using a DaVinci and the multiband compressor, like what are the best settings for voices or something like that. You know, and you can get a really good ballpark range, and then you can always hear it. You know, you just have to kind of mess around with knobs and hear what the hardware is doing to the audio. That the best way of doing it is experimenting. Until the next one, where we will be going through other stuff, furthering the video, getting closer to that exporting delivery button where you can upload it to YouTube and watch it soar.